going to be talking about the three things to consider, the top three things to consider when evaluating a network marketing opportunity. So I have with me Bec Sadek here today. She's a multiple six-figure income earner in the industry. She is my mentor. My name is Dale Ecuyer, and I believe you do get to create the life that you desire. And part of that is really, looking at your health, looking at your financial wellness, looking at your personal development. So, Bec, thank you so much for being with me. And I know you had to make a decision at one point in your career to kind of reevaluate and the company that you were with for 7 years and say, I am not reaching my goals. I need to really change my vehicle. Let us know, what were the top three things that you really had to look at and consider when making that decision?
Hello. Thank you for having me, Dale. It's always fun to hang out with you and chat about this stuff. So, as you mentioned, I've been in the network marketing space for almost a decade now. And I spent my first 7 years with one specific company and, never ever thought I would change. I never thought I would switch companies. I was extremely loyal to the product line. I was extremely loyal to my leaders there. And I was extremely loyal to the dream. You know what I mean? To the dream that I had bought into and invested in. 6 or 7 years into the whole thing, when I had been stuck at the same rank for about 3 years at that point, and I was working so hard, Dale. I was doing all the things. I was the most coachable person on the planet, right? If there was a meeting, I was there. If there was a call, I was on it. I was the most coachable person on the planet. So I was doing everything that I was told to do. I was totally committed, and I just could not get my business to move. In fact, it was like a fight to keep it where it was. So I would fight really hard to get ahead, and then 2 people would quit. And then I'd fight really hard to get ahead, and then somebody else would quit, So it was like this constant game of working my butt off and then feeling like I wasn't getting anywhere. Now, I think for some people where I was at, they would be really happy with that and maybe even consider it a success story. I was making, $5,000 or $6,000 a month, which for the industry is really good because most people quit, before they ever get there. But what I really realized was that wasn't what I got into this to do. I did not want to be the person making $5,000 a month. I wanted to be the person helping people make $5,000 a month.
I love that.
And in order to do that, you've got to make bigger money, So I just found myself in this place where I was stuck and looking for answers. And I started just researching different ways to build a network marketing business. And I stumbled on some social media training around how to build a network marketing business on social media, totally bought into it, was sold on it, really just started spending some time up leveling my skill set and still was not able to get ahead. And I started to realize 3 things, right? There were 3 things, Dale, that I knew had to be in place to have the type of impact and success that I was looking for. So the first was timing, right? So I was with a legacy company. It was a really old one, 65 years old. Timing for me to be a top earner was not on my side with the legacy company. And I didn't quite understand that when I was there. But when I started talking to other people in the industry and looking around, I started to realize how much timing actually matters. Most of the top earners in every single company joined well before the company became a legacy company. So when I realized that was oh gosh, okay, maybe this isn't the right place for me to do what I really have set out to do. The second was products, right? So I loved the products that at my last company. I would never represent a company where I wasn't head over heel for the products. But they were products that you could really buy anywhere. Now, the quality might not be as good, but that's a tough sell to the consumer. So I loved the products, but you could go to Costco and buy the same ones. You could go to Whole Foods and buy similar things, You could go to GNC or I don't know, I'm just thinking of stores, but you could buy them pretty much anywhere. So even though I loved them and I thought that they were better quality than what you could buy on the shelves, it was a hard sell to the consumer. So I started to also realize that from a product standpoint, I wanted to find something that nobody else was doing, right? Something that was completely unique to the marketplace, but was also very relevant. It had to be something that people needed. So you could do something that nobody else is doing, but if it's not relevant or needed, it's not going to sell. So that was the second thing, was finding a relevant, good product line. And then the third thing that I really started looking for was a digital strategy. So when I joined my new company 2 years ago, there was no digital strategy, but what there was great timing, great products that were unique in the marketplace, and the best technology that I've ever seen in the industry. So I knew that if I could take the education that I was learning about social media marketing and couple it with a company that had the timing and had the good product line and the technology.
Home run, home run.
It was a perfect storm, Dale. It was a perfect storm.
Amazing. So gosh, I love that. The timing, the products, the systems, which you have created your own social media system for our team, which is unique in the marketplace, in addition to what the company itself, in terms of digital marketing, has put forth and given to us. So you do tell us about the workshops that you do every week that people can plug into and kind of really assess and evaluate what we have.
Yeah. So we've put together an amazing system for people to grow on social media. And it's not just me. Like, Dale, you've been a part of that as well. And you've really contributed to the system that we have in place for people, as well as some of the other leaders on our team. It's been a team effort, really. But every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern, we do a workshop where we share with people how we use social media to build digital mental wellness empires from home.
Yeah, I mean, talk about relevant product right now in the mental wellness company. I mean, talk about that a little bit.
Mental health is something that is, without a doubt, extremely needed right now in our world, right? There's no question about it. And pre-pandemic, it was very needed, right? People were looking for holistic mental health solutions, right? I would say that there was a little bit of a crisis happening in our world around mental health. Now enter the pandemic that began back in March, right? And stress is at an all-time high. Depression is at an all-time high. People are looking for holistic immune system boosting strategies, right? Because there's nothing more important right now than keeping your immune system strong, as well as keeping your stress down and your moods up. It's a tough time for a lot of people. There's also a lot of economic uncertainty happening. So talk about relevant products, right? The first thing that gets cut from the budget during uncertain times, right? And this is definitely an uncertain time, are things that are not relevant. So if you're, selling something that's more of a luxury, it'll get cut from the budget. It will be the first thing to go from family budgets. Mental health is not a luxury. It is a necessity. And especially right now. So I don't think we could be any more relevant. I don't think we've ever been any more relevant than we are right now. But one of the main things that I hear from people, and this includes people that actually cut our products from their budget at the beginning of the pandemic, they've all come back to them. Because one of the main things that I hear from people is that it literally is part of what keeps them feeling strong right now. It's a part of what keeps them feeling like they're not just falling down this deep, dark hole. It helps to boost the immune system. So I don't think that there could be a better or more relevant product line to have to offer people right now than mental health products.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. So people thought that they were going to cut that. I heard you say that the other day, where someone like cut out the products and then realized, oh my gosh, I don't feel strong enough. I don't have enough stress resilience to deal with all this uncertainty.
Yeah.
So that is not a luxury. Keeping your mental health in place got to be number one. Because if you lose your health, both even mental and physical, like if you get sick because your immune system is weak because of all the stress, you're screwed, basically. I don't like to use that word, but it's the truth. Like, you cannot deal with life because you're overwhelmed and you have no certainty in your life. Things can get a little bit hairy. So,
Absolutely.
as I always say, like, mental health is number one, and financial health is a huge piece of that. So it's kind of like, it definitely is the perfect storm here. Unbelievable.
Not
So,
to mention, can I add one more thing, Dale?
yeah.
Kids. We have an entire product line for kids. I think that this has been a very stressful time for me personally, and I know it has been for my husband, and I imagine it has been for you too, Dale. But I don't think anyone's been under more stress over the past few months than children. I've seen it with my kids. It's been a really, really hard time for them. They're isolated. They're home all the time. They're unclear about what's really happening in the world. And having the kids' products to help boost their immune system and boost their mood has been a lifesaver.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. And I think the kids feed off of our stress too. So if we're stressed out about it, they're sensing that as well. So it's really a family solution here, is to keep everybody calm, keep everybody's stress resilience good and strong, and our immune systems up so we can to deal with all this. Wow. Bec, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. I know you're a crazy busy lady, but thanks so much for being with me here today. All right. Thank you so much again for being here today. I appreciate you.